everybody out there in the YouTube world. This is flshelling. So today we are going to be doing a tutorial on how to make bracelets with crystals and seashells. So it's a pretty fun activity I like to do. I picked up about 2 years ago and I didn't know how to make a bracelet, and it seems silly. It seems so easy, but then when you kind of start thinking about it, you're like, I really don't know where to start. It goes on a string, that's it. Then what? So there's a little bit more to it, you know, between picking your materials, where to get them, how to string it, how to knot it, and how to make it last. So we're gonna be doing that. It's gonna be really fun. But before we get started, I have a really fun kind of announcement to make, I guess. I don't know. I don't think it's an announcement. It's just something I made and it just arrived today. So I have taken some of my most liked photos on Instagram and I have actually made them into a puzzle. So they just arrived today. This is one of my most popular photos, and it's actually it's from when I kind of first started, but it has seashells, plants, and crystals. So for those of you who don't know, I actually own a crystal shop as well. It's called Owlsnestcrystals. There, of course, is an Instagram, and there is an Etsy shop. This is the other one. This is another puzzle. I believe it's, does it say on here? It's 11 by 14 inches. I think it's, I can't remember how many pieces, 140 maybe? I could totally be making that up. So anyway, that's another one of my most liked photos. And then I actually have another one, but I couldn't locate it because I'm having a live sale tomorrow and we're pricing everything, so there's stuff everywhere. So this is the other photo that is a puzzle, and also it is a card. It's a thank you card. So on the other side, it's just my Etsy shop name, and it's blank so you can write on it, but this is one of my other most top popular favorite photos on Instagram. It's a paper nautilus I found actually right outside my house. We thought it was trash. And it definitely wasn't. It was broken, and you can see, like, even right there, it's broken. On the back, it's majorly broken, but you know what? You can't tell, can you? No, ma'am, you can't. So anyway, that's just like some kind of cool stuff. Just kind of branching out, you know, kind of testing the waters, and I don't know, just kind of getting creative with my spare time. So anyway, back to bracelets. So I have made several. Some just are crystals. I showed you this one, malachite and a cowrie. This one is a coconut with glass pink beads. Then we have tiger's eye with obsidian chips. We have one on my wrist. It's called flshelling, and again, it just has like mixed media beads. And then my favorite, and everyone else's favorite, a cone with puka beads, and the puka beads are actually from Hawaii. And actually this shell is a flea. It's a flea cone, so we don't get these in Florida either. So I have a friend in Hawaii that we do trades with every now and then, so we trade shells. And then on my other hand is just super boho, lots of just random bracelets that people have gifted me, that I just find shopping when I'm out and about. So anyway, so let's go ahead and let's get this tutorial started, and you're gonna be so like shocked how easy this is. And once you make one, make sure to tag me on Instagram. My hashtag is flshelling. So all right, here we go. All right guys, so first up we are going to be using a few tools. First up is this board. I got it from Michael's. Of course, you can get it from all sorts of places. We're going to be using 7-inch. That is the typical American standard for bracelets. I have picked out a bead here, a shell. It says Believe. And I sell these in my Etsy store if you want. but any shell will do. Make sure it's laser cut, center cut in the middle. Otherwise, it might be a little bit of a hassle to bead it, or at least make sure there's an opening on both sides, like maybe like a chipped olive that tip broke off of. Next up, you're gonna need some scissors. I like to use these small scissors like this. They're sharp and they do an excellent job. You saw this, I moved it out of the way earlier. This is you'll see how we're gonna use this, but it's very important. You can also use a hair clip, but honestly, a key ring is gonna be your best friend. Stretch Magic 5.5 millimeters is going to be the string that you want to use. It's a lot like fishing line, but it's stretchy. And I find that size is a good size. You're gonna need E6000 glue. E6000 glue is a glue that is pretty much almost specially made for jewelry making. It adheres very well, but still leaves a little bit of stretch so that whatever you're gluing will stay bonded, but it won't come apart. Just to give you guys some ideas, I have a bunch of these shells. This is just one of probably hundreds of designs I have drawn on shells. These aren't listed yet on my Etsy page. They will be eventually. It just takes kind of a while, but they will be on one of my live Instagram sales before I list them on Etsy. Then next up, you want to choose your bead. So I have lots of beads. You can get these off Etsy. You can get them at your local store like Michael's or Julian Fabrics. I'm sure Walmart has them. I'm sure anywhere and everywhere has these. So today, since we are using, I already picked out this calorie. It says Believe in Black and then the turtle's green. I really want to use Unitite, and I know you can't. It's over here. So some of my beads are glass, some are brass, some are crystals. It's a little bit of everything. Some are mixed media. I get my beads from all sorts of sources. I don't restrict myself to just one place. I also don't get my beads from local places like where everybody can get them at, just so I can remain original. So all my beads are either specially made or special ordered. All right, so we're using Unitite. First off, you're going to line up that is bloodstone. No, it's not. That's Unitite. No, that's bloodstone. Okay. So you want to stretch out the string just a little bit so that once the person purchasing or wearing the bracelet puts it on, it doesn't stretch out any further. Then you want to wrap it around the key ring. This is going to be the weight, and then you want to leave some leeway. And then you're going to discard that. You're just going to put that down, and then you're going to start simply filling up the beads on your string. This is such an easy and fun, mindless activity, do-it-yourself craft. I do this in the evenings to relax. Sometimes in the morning when I'm having my coffee. So the most I love to put on the charm. So what we're going to do is, let's see, I actually haven't used this particular shell before. Let's see, so we're going to go in the top. And I'm going to take it down to the bottom. I'm going to switch hands here. Whoa! Flying bracelet. Okay. Then I'm going to go back in again. Okay. And then I'm going to take the string and I'm going to go underneath. Whoops, that didn't work. Oh, you know what? I just messed that up. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna go into it, pull it, and then back in. Okay. And then we're gonna go from the top in. Make sure your line is at the end of the calorie. And then I'm gonna go back in one more time. Pull it through, and that's all you'll need. Don't worry about anything else. If there's a gap between the shell and the beads, that's okay, because in the end we're going to tighten it up. And then I like to carry on with my beads. So when your average bracelet length is 7 inches, make sure you cut off more than what you need. So you don't want to cut off 7 inches. I cut off 10 inches, so I have a little bit of leeway. And then you don't ever want to put your charm on first. You want to put on beads first. I say charm, but you can be a shell, it can be anything. And you'll see why when we get done with this. You want to have at least, I would say, 8, at least minimum like 8 beads before you slide your charm or shell on. I like to do shells that mean something, that are pure crystals too. There's nothing wrong with glass. I just, for some reason, feel like if it is a crystal that it has a little bit more meaning, unless it's artistically done and hand done. Okay, we're gonna put the last bead on. So there you go. Here's your bracelet. So with one hand, you're gonna keep hold of this side. You're gonna grab this side, and then you're going to maneuver it out of the key ring. Don't let go, whatever you do. They'll go everywhere. So here we have both ends. You're just gonna tie a knot, and you're gonna tie it pretty tight. You're gonna do it again. And then I like to do a double knot. This is the knot that you would do like tying your shoes. You don't have to do a fancy knot at all. Just a simple over and over until you have yourself a pretty decent sized knot. Okay. Then we are going to take one of these strings and you're going to go back into the beads, and you're going to go through 3 of them. I like doing this part. Okay, then we're going to go to the other side, so back to the original knot, in through the unikite. And remember, the smaller the bead, the smaller it is going to be trying to get these back through. Some beads are so small you won't be able to, but that's okay. Then next up, you're going to take your E6000 glue. You're going to find the knot. There it is. You're going to dab it, put the lid on. Then you're going to take both strings. You're going to wrap them as many times around on your fingers as you can, at least on one of them. And then you're going to slide it until you feel the knot slide into a bead. So right there you can tell it went into this one. So now what I do is I let this dry, and then this glue takes anywhere from 24 to 48 hours, I believe, to cure. So what I do, this is late in the evening, it's around 6 p.m. I'm gonna go ahead and let this dry overnight as is. You don't have to put it back in a circle, you can just lie it anywhere, and the glue won't, it shouldn't really get on anything. So just put it on a piece of paper, or something that you're not too worried about, but it will come off with a wipe. So then in the morning, when you're all done, you're simply, I'm going to use this as an example, is glued. I actually haven't glued this one yet. You're going to find the string, and then you are going to cut it close as possible to the knot. Make sure you leave a millimeter or 2, but you're going to cut the string. That way when people wear the bracelet, the strings won't be showing, but you'll know for sure that it's on there for good and it's not going to pop off. So there you go. That is how you make a crystal and seashell bracelet. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial today, and if you have any questions, I hope you can find me and shoot me a DM somewhere. I do have my comments turned off on YouTube, unfortunately, because some people are mean, but I do answer comments on Instagram. I'm very active on there. If you make one, make sure you tag me on hashtag flshelling, and I will repost what you make. So happy beading, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Bye guys.